Number 5. Overwatch. With nearly 2 decades between new IPs, no proven track record in first-person shooters, and coming from the remnants of a cancelled MMO, there were plenty of reasons to have low expectations for Blizzard's shooter Overwatch. On release, however, those expectations were completely blown away. There is little in Overwatch that we haven't seen in one form or another in other games. It's the flawless execution, surprising character, and the
amazing
accessibility that makes the game stand out not only in the genre, but in gaming. Launching with 21 playable characters, with 2 new characters already added to the game, Overwatch has incredible diversity in playstyles, and is welcoming to both veterans and new players of the genre alike.
It's high noon.
But most of all, Overwatch is just fun to play.
Someone call the Undertaker.
Aside from the pretty limited competitive mode, there is no character progression, no grinding for the next weapon upgrade. In fact, there's very little reason to play Overwatch at all, other than it's just a lot of fun to play.
Do I have your attention yet?
Number 4. Battlefield 1. Set in the timeline of World War I, DICE and EA went above and beyond in producing a game which not only told a story, but made you realise how hard it must have been for the people that fought and died during this catastrophic time. This game delivers a polished single-player campaign consisting of 6 different war stories, with the titles of Storm of Steel, Through the Mud and Blood, Friends in High Places, The Runner, and Nothing Is Written. Campaign aside, the multiplayer aspect of Battlefield 1 is amazing. From dodging bullets in the Argonne Forest to laying on the rocks in the Sinai Desert, scoping in for a 300 meter plus headshot. With the 6 classes of Assault, Medic, Support, Scout, Tanker, and Pilot, there is undoubtedly a class for everybody in this game. Battlefield 1 did not disappoint.
Number 3. XCOM 2. The sequel to a successful reboot of one of the most loved games in PC history, the weight of expectation lay heavily on XCOM 2, but it did not disappoint in the slightest. You lead the resistance after Earth has fallen to the aliens, and XCOM 2 does all the things we wanted. Science and engineering to customise your progression, difficult mission choices, heartbreak at the loss of your superstar soldiers, diverse squad classes, and real honest-to-God challenges to win the game. In fact, XCOM 2 was one of the most genuinely challenging games we've played in a long time. The Iron Man mode particularly heartbreaking and yet incredibly rewarding in turn. The incredible cosmetic customization for our soldiers was fantastic, but it adds so much more pain when your favourite dies. The turn-based tactical gameplay is sharp and incredibly addictive. Few games can rival Civilization in that need to play just one more turn. But thanks to its near perfect balance of progression, challenge and reward, XCOM fills that void. Now with mod support, the XCOM franchise looks to have a long and healthy life ahead of it, and if XCOM 2 is anything to go by, we're happy about that.
Number 2, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider was released on PS4 in October 2016 and sees our favourite re-envisioned Lara Croft doing what she does best, getting thigh-deep in treacherous tombs, wading through scores of bad guys, and even facing off against seemingly supernatural witches. Rise of the Tomb Raider brings everything we loved from the Tomb Raider 2013 reboot and more, including loads of weapons, crafting, gadgets and attachments, and most importantly, loads more tombs to raid. An excellent storyline that gives players a further look into the origins of Lara Croft and how she became the kick-ass Tomb Raider we know and love from the originals. Glorious environments, untold freedom to explore, expansive skill system, and even some epic throwbacks to the original Lara Croft character models, Rise of the Tomb Raider is easily one of the best games of 2016. Number 1, Firewatch. Released in February 2016, Firewatch is a narrative-driven first-person experience that combines gripping story, brilliant branching scripts, wholly convincing voice acting performances, and stunning art direction to create one of the most memorable gaming experiences of the year, if not the decade. With deep emotional choices, powerful ambience, and one of the most realistic and complex relationships I've ever experienced within a game, the characters Hank and Delilah will stay with you long after you finish the game. Firewatch is among the very best in the first-person narrative-driven genre, and it reminds us of what video game storytelling is capable of in the right hands. With a relatively short but compelling game time of 4 to 6 hours, I can see myself coming back to Firewatch regularly over the years, if for no other reason than to remind myself of its beauty and how narrative-driven experiences should be in games.